Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm gonna be sighting in my 5.56, and then I also have my 224 Valkyrie. I got new vortex scopes on them. I just got them on there. This one I shot a couple times already just to get it kind of sighted in. Both these are second focal plane scopes. Basically the difference between first focal plane, second focal plane is what glass your reticles are on. So for the first focal plane, they're on the first one, and then second, they're on this one in the front. And the biggest difference, and really the only difference, is that whenever you zoom it, your reticles will get larger and smaller with second focal plane. With first focal plane, they'll stay the same size. So your object you're zooming in on will get bigger and smaller, but your reticles will stay the same size. The only time it really affects you is if you're shooting over like 1,000 yards, and your target is fairly small. The reticles will cover your target if it's on the first focal plane. So if you're like a regular shooter, probably don't need to get the second focal plane. First focal plane will be better for you. So I'm gonna take a couple shots. I got my target set up at 100 yards out there. Let you know how it goes. All right, so I shot off a couple rounds of that 5.56. I'm using 223 ammunition, just a factory federal load, 55 grain bullet. It's a 1 in 7 twist barrel, so it's probably gonna be a little off. It should use around 70 grains, something like that, 65, 70, somewhere in there. But let's see what we got here. So this was the last group, not very tight grouping, but it's a grouping. I might have thrown that one a little bit, but not bad. Might bring it down about an inch and shoot it a couple more times at that target and see what happens. All right, let's see what that did. I moved it down about 3/4 of a minute of angle at 100 yards, roughly 3/4 of an inch. See what it did. Again, the grouping is probably not going to be the greatest because the ammunition I'm using isn't the greatest, but should be close enough until I could get some good ammo to run through it. Let's see what it does. So that's it. That one there, I don't know why, but every time I move it, the first shot, see, even on this upper one, the first shot is low. But I like how it's coming together though. It seems like it's tightening up a little bit, but I'll get some better ammunition, come back out. I mean, it's good enough for now for that gun. The 224 Valkyrie, I'm gonna try to get that one at 200 yards. That's what it says on the old internet. 200 yards to sight it in. I need to get a bike or something to go back and forth. Jeez, wear you out walking back and forth. But I'll get that one shot or set up in the lead sled and let you know how it goes. Hey guys, so one thing worth noting, I'm up here replacing the targets. One, these are 25-yard pistol targets and I'm using at 100 yards, but before you make fun of my shooting abilities. And two, just a trick my dad showed me. If you mark the bullet hole, you could continue to use the target without having to replace it and go through a bunch of targets. So just a little life hack for you guys. I'm gonna walk back to the truck, move it about 100 yards more to get out to 200 yards, and then set up the 224 Valkyrie and shoot that sighted in at 200. The reason you sight it in at 200 instead of 100, the 224 Valkyrie doesn't have very much drop at all. In fact, from like 0 to 50, it's actually raising. Actually probably out to like 70 yards, it's still raising up, and then it starts to dip back down. And at 100 yards, I think it's less than an inch of drop at 100 yards, and at 200 yards, it's only like 2 inches of drop. So the difference between 100 and 200 is very minimal. So if you sight it in at 200 yards, you're only gonna be like an inch high at 100 yards, which a target at 100 yards, an inch high, really isn't that big of a deal. So that's why you sight it in at 200 yards, because then your scope limit, you know, is greater. So you can get out to like that 1,000-yard shot, you know, with get an extra inch. But yeah, I'll set all this up and then show you guys the results. All right, guys, so I shot quite a few. Keep in mind, it's a 25-yard target, pistol target at 200 yards. But I shot, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. This is the main group I'm going to be looking at. I felt like I pulled a few of them, obviously that one and that one, but that one might have been, you know, a good one. It just threw it. But looks like it needs to move to the left about an inch. So I'm gonna go make that correction and then shoot at the bottom target. But yeah, I'll cruise over there. I'm using the truck now to drive all the way over there. But yeah, I'll shoot probably another 4-shot group and then come back out here. So I'm back out here, and I started laughing as soon as I got out of the truck. You could tell this is a low dig setup. So I've got a lead sled here without any lead, and then my seat wasn't quite high enough for my table, so I had a bag of dog food in the back of the truck, using it as a little booster. You do what you gotta do out here with the low budget. So there's the target, way the heck out there. It's 200 yards, quite a ways. But yeah, I'll shoot that next group and let you know. Hey guys, so this is the next one. Now that one, and I thought there was one other. Nope, maybe just that one. Oh no, this one. So those two were already on this target. I tried to shoot the bottom one, but there was a bunch of grass in the way. I couldn't do it. So I moved it over about an inch. It looks like, you know, that one and that one moved, but I don't know. The other grouping was a lot better. I didn't really take as much time when I was shooting these ones, so that could probably be the reason. I'm gonna put up another target and try to shoot 4 more at it. I'll take my time on the next ones, really try to get a good grouping there. But yeah, there you go. All right, well, I'm gonna make up as many excuses as I can. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit, but as you can see, it's kind of all over the place again. I got a nice little grouping over here, which is too far left now. I don't know what's up with that, but there's that one. I might have thrown 2 of them. I'm thinking those are the 2 that I pulled a little bit, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna put it back to where it was with that original grouping. That seems like that was the best, but the wind is picking up a little bit. That might be affecting it. I'm not too sure, but yeah. So I'm just gonna put it back 2 clicks. So I'm dealing with minutes of angle. So it was about roughly an inch. So I figured at 200 yards with a minute of angle, that's about a half minute of angle. So that's what I did. If I'm wrong, correct me, but that's what I think is right. But yeah, I'm gonna pick up and get out of here. So just a quick overview of what I'm going to be using today, both the guns and the ammunition. So I'm just going to be using the cheap Federal ammunition, 75 grain for the 224 Valkyrie. I'm going to be using a 55 grain bullet for the 223. So on the 223, I'm using a Vortex crossfire scope. It's going to be a 4x12 by 50 millimeter. And the gun itself, that's actually an 80% lower that I milled out with a drill press, and then just one of those, 80% gun kits. I'm not a huge fan of the trigger on this one. It's just the regular old spring trigger, but there's the inside that I milled out with the drill press. It's a little rough. Actually, it's a lot rough, but I was done with the drill press. I've since bought a router jig. I'm gonna try that one out on my next build, but it's just a regular 2-stage trigger. I'm not a fan of 2-stage triggers. They feel weird to shoot, in my opinion. But yeah. So the 224, it has a Vortex crossfire scope, but it's gonna be a 4x16 by 50 with a 1-inch tube, which is nice. It has an Anderson lower on it, and then so I did a drop-in trigger, a single-stage drop-in trigger on this, and I really like it. It has the zero fail bolt, which I also really like. You don't have to oil it nearly as much, and it runs cleaner. This one has a 22-inch spiral fluted barrel on it. That one only has a 16-inch barrel, and it's just a regular, NATO style barrel on it. But yeah, that's the overview of the guns. Oh, another thing, the 224 Valkyrie, for the magazine, it uses a 6.8 magazine. It's different. I've heard you could run a regular magazine with the 224, but you might have some feeding issues. So I just bought some of the metal. I think this is like a AR Stoner magazine. But yeah, it works good. I haven't had any feeding issues with it. Yep. Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. If you liked the video, please give me a like. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. I've got some more cool videos I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do an Eco Diesel EGR delete kit on a truck just like this one. That should be coming up. I'll have some more cool shooting videos and some other cool stuff for you. Might get into some reloading and stuff like that. So please like it, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.